Strait of Hormuz, 26 degrees 34 minutes north, 56 degrees 15 minutes east. 4 o'clock local time, April 12th. 1 U.S. Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, the USS Michael Murphy, DDG-112, with a crew of 310, transits eastbound against 300 Iranian suicide drones defending a total blockade of the world's most vital choke point. The geography makes this impossible. 12 miles of navigable water squeezed between Iranian missile batteries to the north and a mine-sown shoal to the south. The smell of diesel and salt hangs heavy in the Combat Information Center. 80 nautical miles west, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy has declared an exclusion zone. 300 Shahid, 136 in New Samad. 2 one-way attack drones are layered across the horizon, launched from hidden coastal revetments and converted container ships. 20% of global oil transits this strait daily. Tehran's play is simple. Choke the water, collapse the market, force the Fifth Fleet to negotiate. The defenders feel untouchable. Drones are cheap, expendable, and their swarm logic has never faced a full-spectrum U.S. Navy destroyer in a confined literal. What they miss is the same thing every tactician forgets. Mass without adaptation is just target-rich environment. The Michael Murphy has a hard deadline. By 6:30, a 30-knot sandstorm will ground all air support from Al Udeid. The destroyer is alone. Commander Elias Voss, a Mustang who rose from enlisted fire control man, has precisely 2 hours to break the blockade or withdraw in humiliation. Voss divides his combat power into 4 elements. Alpha, electronic warfare, led by CW03 Marlene Otis, tasked with spoofing the drone's GPS and command data links using the SLQ-32V-6, an experimental counter-electronics high-power microwave advanced missile project known as CHAMP. Bravo, layered kinetics, under Lieutenant Commander Hiro Tanaka, coordinating the MK-45 5-inch gun. 2 phalanx CIWS Block 1B, CRAM launchers, and the new Helios laser system. Charlie, decoy and deception, run by Ensign Paul Buford, launching Noka hovering rocket decoys, and MK-234 Noka active expendables. Delta, reconnaissance and targeting, anchored by a single MQ-9 Reaper drone callsign Lone Star, loitering at 50,000 feet, feeding real-time tracks via Link 16. The unconventional approach is simple. Don't kill all 300. Cut their brain. The intelligence source is a signals intercept from a national security agency listening post at RAF Al Udeid, confirmed by overhead synthetic aperture radar from a classified satellite codenamed Rustic Kestrel. The drones are programmed to switch to inertial backup if GPS is lost, but there's a microsecond gap between handovers. That gap is a kill chain. For 13, Otis's console lights up. Contact, 280 inbound, distributed across 7 axes. Altitudes 100 to 3,000 meters. The air in CIC tightens. Tanaka's voice is flat. Helios warming. Phalanx to auto. MK-45 loads proximity airburst. The first wave, 40 Shahids, crosses a 20-kilometer threshold. Voss doesn't speak. He taps his intercom. Alpha, execute cauterize on my mark. 417 mark. Otis keys the microwave emitter. The effect is invisible. No explosion, no fireball. Just 60 drones simultaneously dropping from the sky, like bricks shed from a collapsing wall. Their internal bus voltages spike. Circuit boards delaminate from induced heat, and control surfaces lock full deflection. Operators on the Iranian mothership, a converted car carrier called a Marlu, scream into open microphones. The U.S. Navy just erased their first echelon with 0 rounds fired. For 22, the swarm adapts. Remaining drones scatter into low-altitude skimming, just 8 meters above the wave tops, where radar struggles with sea clutter. 20 break right toward the Michael Murphy's stern. Tanaka sees it. Siram hot. Helios switching to surface track. The laser, 50 kilowatts invisible to the naked eye, lances out. 7 drones die in 4 seconds, each one's warhead cooking off in a puff of atomized aluminum. But the system's cooling loop is already redlining. The next 15 close to 3 kilometers. For 25, Bravo opens up. The port phalanx, dubbed R2, D2, and Attitude by the crew, spits 20 millimeters at 4,000 rounds per minute. The sound is a continuous ripping canvas, not a gunshot. 5 drones shred into confetti. A Shahid slams into the ship's decoy launcher, killing it instantly. 2 sailors, fireman Reza Kauri and gunner's mate 3rd class Elena Vasquez, catch fragmentation. Kauri's left arm hangs by tissue. Vasquez drags him behind the CIWS mount, tourniquet already cinched with her teeth. The Michael Murphy just took her first blood for 31. The Marlowe launches a reserve, 96 Ahmad 2s, each carrying a thermobaric warhead designed to overpressure a ship's superstructure. They come in a single compressed wave at 400 knots. Voss has no choice. Charlie, full decoy. Bravo, all weapons free. Alpha, burn through. I want every emitter at max. Buford punches the Nulka. 6 rocket-powered decoys scream into the air, each one generating a false radar signature larger than the carrier. 11 drones follow the ghosts into empty water, but 34 don't. They keep coming. Tanaka fires the Mk-45. Each 5-inch shell airbursts in a cloud of tungsten fragments. 9 drones evaporate. A phalanx on the starboard side seizes. Ammunition feed jam. Tanaka switches to manual backup, but the gap is 8 seconds. A Samad 2 punches through the inner layer and detonates 20 meters off the starboard beam. The shockwave lifts the destroyer's bow 2 degrees. CIC lights flicker. 2 more sailors go down. Smoke from burning insulation chokes the ventilation. For 39, the crew thinks they won. Only 12 drones remain, scattered and blind. The Marlowe has turned east, fleeing toward Iranian territorial waters. Cheers break out on the bridge. Voss doesn't smile. His eyes are locked on Lone Star's feed. The Reaper shows something impossible. 120 additional drones, not launched from the ship, but from concealed underground bunkers on Keshem Island. They've been loitering in terrain masking mode, flying below radar, using the sandstorm's leading edge as cover. Estimated time to target, 8 minutes. The false victory shatters. The Michael Murphy is low on CIWS ammunition. Helios has overheated, and 23% of the crew is either dead, wounded, or fighting fires. The swarm hasn't diminished. It's reset. 447. Voss makes the call that will end his career if it fails. Alpha, reprogram the champ emitter for wide area hemispherical burst. Burn out every semiconductor within 2 kilometers. I don't care if we lose our own radar. Otis hesitates. Sir, that will blind us for 90 seconds minimum. Possibly permanent damage to the Aegis array. Do it. 452. The swarm crests the horizon. 120 orange flame signatures, low and fast. Otis hits the override. The microwave pulse is silent, invisible, and absolute. Every drone in the formation stops transmitting. Their flight computers, power controllers, and even the simple barometric altimeters all fuse into silicon slag. The drones don't explode. They tumble. 120 pieces of Iranian engineering become 3 metric tons of falling scrap, splashing into the strait like metallic hail. The Michael Murphy Spy 1D radar goes dark. For 90 seconds, the ship is blind, deaf, and silent, but the sky is empty. 512. Radar returns online. No new contacts. Lone Star confirms the Keshem bunkers are empty. The Marlowe is beached on the Iranian coast. Her crew abandoning ship. Battle damage assessment verifies the primary objective. The Hormuz Blockade is broken. A tanker convoy for VLCCs under U.S. escort is already transiting from the Gulf of Oman. Casualty accounting is brutal. 3 dead. Kauri bled out before reaching the medical bay. Vasquez died, covering his body. 2 more sailors, interior communications electrician Marcus Webb and bosun's mate 2nd class Jamal Reese, were killed by the near-miss overpressure. 19 wounded for critically. Iranian losses, 297 drones destroyed, 0 prisoners. The Marlowe abandoned with all hands presumed taken into custody by Iranian forces, or drowned. The Michael Murphy limps east at 12 knots, her superstructure scorched, her port CIWS a twisted ruin, her crew moving on autopilot. No celebration. just the quiet of men who have seen the math. 5:47. Voss stands on the bridge wing, watching the sun crack over the Gulf of Oman. His hands are steady. He thinks about Cowrie, who was 19 and wanted to be a chemical engineer. He thinks about Vasquez, who once bet him $20 she could outrun him in full gear. He thinks about the Marlowe's crew, who believed the swarm was invincible. The lesson, he knows, will be written into every war college curriculum for the next decade. Mass without adaptation is just a target set waiting for a smarter enemy. When a swarm attempts to overwhelm precision, the asymmetric edge becomes not the number of weapons, but the willingness to blind yourself and trust the kill chain. The U.S. Navy proved in 47 minutes of combat that a single hull with a creative command team can dismantle a tactic designed to break mathematics. Modern warfare is no longer about who has the most drones. It is about who can cut the cord fastest.